Abdullah and were hiding behind those trees to be able to bring all the atrocities to the army of Allah Abdullah. We thank them for taking care of our children, and I'm sure you will appreciate that too. And we thank all those volunteers who, when they came here, they spread the dastarkhan, they brought the food, they removed it quietly, they did some vacuuming, and out they went. Nobody even saw that. And I never seen one person telling them, thank you for your service. When you see these volunteers, please go to them and just say thank you. Say mutashakiran, if you can say that. At least that way they will get that comfort that no, what we are doing is being seen and is being appreciated. Salawat Muhammad. Today's topic on suffering is the relationship from the Asad to Ghadir to Karbala. So I need your full attention as those who are the muhib of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, that you have gathered here and I am here so that we can share with one another whatever that we know, and that we will continue to excel in our suffering and make it enjoyable the way our Prophet, the way our Imams suffered, but they enjoyed that suffering for the ultimate reward and the rewards that are going to be given to us because of them. Salawat Muhammad. If I may request my brothers here to please come in front this side so that I can see you and be able to relate with you. I would like to look at you and talk to you. Salawat Muhammad. So in a small little short form, what is Ba'asat? Ba'asat is when our Prophet was 40 years old, he was given the commission of saying La ilaha illallah tuflihu. That's all he was given the information for, and he started his tabligh of Islam, and he said when they were all together, and I'm not going to go to Mount Hira, and I'm not going to say the first revelation, I'm not going to go through all that. You all know that. When he was standing there and he said to the people, the Quraysh and the people of Mecca, and he was telling them, if I tell you that behind these mountains there is an army who is going to come attack you, will you believe me? They all said yes. There is not a single one who said no. They said yes, we believe you. Why? Because it took the Prophet 40 years to establish two virtues through his character and through his action. One was Al-Sadiq, another was Al-Amin. He was known as the truthful one, and he was known as the one who is trustworthy. Truthful and trustworthiness. Among all those mushrikeen who were there in Mecca, the idol worshippers and the others who were there, who were on the deen of Ibrahim and Ismail, they were there also. The Banu Hashim were there. The Banu Umayyah were there. But they all accepted the character of the Prophet, that he is Al-Amin and he is As-Sadiq. Can you imagine what kind of responsibility that the Prophet was caring for them? The Prophet was a banker. In his house, people would come and bring their valuables to be kept as a deposit. He didn't charge them. He did not use that to give to somebody and make money out of it the way the banks do today. He was keeping everyone's property in his house. They were mushrikeen, they were Christians, they were Jewish people, they were non-believers. The Hashemites were there, the Umayyads were there. They all gave him. And that was why he was called Al-Amin. He was that kind of a person. So can you imagine the enemies would give him property to keep for them. And whenever he said anything, they believed it because it was the truth. So when they were gathered there and he said, behind these mountains, if I tell you there is an army which is going to attack, will you believe? They said yes. Then he said, I am designated and selected as a prophet by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm telling you there is no God but Allah. If you say that, you will be successful. قُولُوا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ تُفْلِحُوا. That's all he said. What do you think should be the reaction of the people? If I came here and I was with you for 40 years and you knew that I'm trustworthy and that I speak the truth and I tell you there's going to be a problem and I'm telling you say La ilaha illallah, what will be your reaction? Yes? It is going to be different reaction, right? Some will say yes, some will say no. But I'm a Sadiq. The Prophet is a Sadiq. And he says, there is an army there and you accepted that. Now he's saying us, قُولُوا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ تُفْلِحُوا. They said no. Categorically they said no. Why? Can you see that suffering for the Prophet? After 40 years of his action to establish his character, in one spur of the moment, the whole nation is rejecting him. Can you believe that? This is what happened, it is in the history. Now, the designation of the Prophet during Ba'asat was the selection by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he said, Allah has appointed me. He did not say that I am appointing myself. He did not say that there is a group of people like the Shura or the Saqifa or anything that they were selecting him. No. He said, Allah has designated me. Therefore, the wilayah of the prophethood was the wilayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given to his awliya, to his wali, that he will be the representative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as far as that particular nation, that particular time was concerned, that he was told, you are now designated for that. Let me take you previously that each and every one of us is a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Did you know that? Each and every one of you here, the child, the older one, the ladies, we are all representatives of Allah. Because Allah, when He was creating Adam, He said to everyone that were already created, that I'm creating this, who is going to be my representative on earth. Isn't that true? Maulana, is it true? Yes. So Hazrat Adam, our father, was created to become the representative on this earth, and all of us are representatives of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let me take you one step further. Each and every one of us, like Hazrat Adam, when he said, I am going to blow my spirit unto him. This is the ayah of the Quran. I'm giving you the translation. When Allah says, when I blow my ruh unto him, you will all make the prostration. So it is Allah who created the ruh that He blew into Adam alayhi salam, and all the angels prostrated. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blown that ruh on each and every one of us. You and I, we are carrying the ruh which Allah has created and has blown unto us. And that is the responsibility. And that is why next time, inshallah, in a few days, we will go back and to find out what is our fitrah. We will, inshallah, talk extensively on that. But tonight, just think and accept that the facet of Allah, of the Prophet, selected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, was the beginning of the Prophet's mission. You know how much our Prophet was persecuted? From the day of Ba'asat till Ghadir, he was the most persecuted, the most oppressed Prophet than any other Prophet. That is why Allah has designated him as to Khatimun Nabiyyin. He is the seal of the prophethood. There is no prophet after Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the beginning of the mission of Islam was with the Prophet. The wilayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was transferred to the wilayah of the Prophet by Allah himself. He makes it very open, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that I have chosen him. And Ghadir marks the continuation of that mission. Ghadir is the continuation of the mission which was established by the Prophet. Why? In both cases, the selection of the leadership involved important issues related to the leadership and future mission of this Muslim Ummah. If there would not have been Ghadir, you would not have been here. Because Ghadir is a selection of the wilayah, which was the wilayah given to the Prophet, and Prophet transfers that wilayah to someone else in Ghadir. Are you with me so far? Then let's have one salawat, please. Nubuwah and wilayah are the two essential processes of implementing the vision of justice and truth in Islam. The mission of justice and truth. If there is no justice, if there is no truth, then it is no Islam. Therefore, every Muslim must understand that if we are not just and if we are not truthful, then we are not Muslims. Remember that. Please. It is a fact that if I am not just and if I am not truthful, then I am not a Muslim. Are we all in agreement with that? So we proceed. The elements that led to Ashura in Kermalli are linked with these two institutions of guidance of humanity to establish the rule of law and justice in Muslim community. That's why Ashura was there. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Sisters, صحبت میدونه که میشه به پایش میکروفون و شما بریم بتون شما صحبت کنید. شما در اشاره میکنید که صحبت میکنید. شما رو میشه که آمدن ملاقات کنید که کنید که از پایش برکت بکنید. چند روزه قرآن اگر 20 دقیقه زیادتر شما تموم ندارید صحبت کنید. حتی کنید باید که میشه صحبت کنید. میتونید در باره دو اتاق دیگه می صحبت کنید. یا به خدا کنید. آبی مورد دیگه. نکنید این کارا. بخشش باشه که من یکم سلام بلند میکنم خواهد شما صلی علی محمد و آل محمد.
We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has given us the opportunity to be able to talk to one another and be able to tell one another what is Amr bil Ma'ruf and what is Nahy anil Munkar. That is the philosophy which was given to us by our A'immah, and therefore we have to abide by the instructions, the pleading that was just now given to us, that we should be attentive to what is going on. Salawat bar Muhammad. Therefore, Ghadir is both the continuation of Nubuwwah and the culmination of the Shahadat of Imam Hussein in Kermalli. Remember that it's very deep, but it is very important to understand that Kermalli did not just come overnight. It started from Da'sat. It started even before that. It started in Dawatul Zu al-Ashira. When I was in Saudi Arabia, I was looking at the series of the Arabs and all that. And in one of the series, it was about the Prophet and his time. And they showed us Abu Lahab. And they showed us Abu Sufyan. And Abu Lahab is saying in that particular serial, he says, Ana Nabiyul Muntazar. I am the Nabi that you have been waiting for. He's telling his Quraysh people. And Abu Sufyan is telling him, Uskut yabna Mahmur. Those who know Arabic, they know what is Arabic. They said, shut up, Uskut, you son of a drunkard. This is the kind of serials that they were showing in Saudi Arabia 35 years ago. This is Abu Lahab, who stood up at the Da'wat al-Zu al-Ashira when the Prophet said that this Ali is my wali and he is going to be Sahib al-Liwa'i. He is going to be the standard bearer of my deen. Therefore, you have to obey him. And Abu Lahab is standing up and telling Abu Talib on that day of Da'watul Zu al-Ashira that now, Abu Talib, you will have to obey your own son. And he laughs. Because Ali ibn Abi Talib was only 12 years old. He said, you have to obey. That's Da'watul Ashira that happened before the Ba'asat. Can you imagine what kind of persecution and what kind of stress that the Prophet went through, that Ali went through from that tender age? So from Ba'asat we come to Ghadir, and we find that the Ghadir is both the continuation of the Nubuwwah, which is the Ba'asat, and the culmination of Shahadat of Imam Hussein in Karbala. It is not possible to understand Karbala without exploring the meaning of prophethood and wilayah in Islam. Salawat bar Muhammad. Ghadir demonstrates the moral force of a minority that believed in the qualified leadership of the Ummah. That is our sole teachings. Our teaching, the Shiite teaching. And we have to establish it, adhere with it, continue with it, and die with it. And that's what it is. If we fail in any one of these processes, from my birth to my death and everything in between, then I should not allow to call myself a Shiite. I should not call myself a Shiite. And therefore, all these selectivities that we have been told about, two things. That is the moral force of the minority that believes in qualified leadership. Whenever we are told that you are believing in Ali, Ali was the son-in-law of the Prophet, that's why he designated with him. What is your answer? You said you are wrong. It is not because Ali is the son-in-law of the Prophet. It is not because Ali is the cousin of the Prophet. It is not because Ali is from Banu Hashim that he has been selected from that. There were so many Banu Hashim there. How many? So many. Abbas was there. And the others were there. qualified to assume the wilayah? Were they? If they were, they would have been selected. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the blessed lips of our Prophet, is saying Imam Ali was not only qualified in terms of his religious and moral standings, rather he was groomed by the Prophet to undertake the elaboration of the teachings of the Ummah. If you remember, when Imam was born in Kaaba, yes? After 3 nights the doors were opened. The mother of Imam Ali is saying he never opened his eyes. He never suckled me for 3 days. When the Prophet takes Imam Ali in his hands, Imam opens his eyes. So the first didar that Ali makes is the Prophet and the wilayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the glorious face of that Prophet who is the seal of the prophethood and who is going to be the one who will establish justice and truth on this earth. Salawat wa Muhammad. When the Prophet took Ali in his hands, he took Ali close to him, put his tongue in the mouth of Ali, and Ali sucked the tongue of the Prophet. When Ali was later asked, what is the function, what is the philosophy of what has happened? He just gave a simple example and he said, it's just like a bird who puts his beak into the child to give him the food. When the Prophet put his tongue in my mouth, it was a river, a torrent of knowledge which was coming from Nubuwah and coming into me so that I could have it, nurture it, teach it, and make my ummah what my ummah is today. These were the words of Imam Ali alayhi afzalu salatu wassalam. Salawat wa Muhammad. We always maintain that the wilayah was founded upon qualification of the leadership by divine selection. It was not the Prophet who selected Ali. It was Allah who selected Ali and told the Prophet, you will designate this to him. If we understand that, then we have to be very vigilant. And that responsibility that we have with us about that wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen, then we must demonstrate that wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen by our actions, by our thoughts, by our minds, by our spirits. We have to conform to what Ali has given us. We have to do what Ali has taught us. We have to sleep when Ali tells us to sleep. We have to wake up when Ali tells us to wake up. We die when Ali will decide. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him universal authority that Malakul Maut will come to me and will try to take my soul from me in the sakarat. I will only see Amir al-Mu'mineen in front of me, and when I will see him, I will have a smile on my face, because that taking out of my ruh from my body will be just like me smelling the perfume. It will be that simple, because Amir al-Mu'mineen is going to be there looking at me, whether I'm a male or I'm a female. Do I want to die with Malakul Maut removing my ruh from my body while Amir al-Mu'mineen has turned his face from me? Which one do I want? Do I want Amir al-Mu'mineen to look at me and smile? Or do I want to see him turning his face? The ball is in our court. Either we do it, or we don't only say it, because words empty do not count. We want Amir al-Mu'mineen on the day of my death to be there, and I smile at him. When Salman died and he was buried. He was buried by Amir al-Mu'mineen, who said his namaz also. And he was buried. And he was standing there. And suddenly Imam was smiling. He said, "What's happening, Amir al-Mu'mineen? You should be in grief. This is your best, one of your best companions." He said, "Yeah, I'm smiling." "Why are you smiling?" He said, "Just now Munkar and Nakir is asking him, 'Who is your God?' And Salman is saying, 'My God is your God. Your God is my God.' They say, 'What is your book?' He said, 'Your book is my book.' He said, 'Who is your prophet?' 'Your prophet is my prophet.' He says, 'Who is your Imam?' He said, 'Why you are asking him? Ask him, he's standing up there. Salawat by Muhammad.'" He says, when Salman said that, I smiled. Because even the Munkar and Nakir had to stand up and look at me to see that I am there, standing on the grave of my beloved Salman. Would I like that to happen to me? That Amir al-Mu'mineen would stand on that I have to be like Salman. If I have to be like Salman, when Prophet said, "Salman minna Ahlul Bayt." Salman is like my Ahlul Bayt. He is Salman Muhammadi. He is not Salman Ajami. He is not Salman Farsi. He is Salman Muhammadi. Do I want to become Muhammadi? Then I have to follow the Naqsh Qadam of Amir al-Mu'mineen. The way he wants me to perform because of his teaching that he has given to me, then I must perform 100% to become like Salman. Salawat wa Muhammad. Why? Why? The answer is very simple. From the inception of Qadir, provided the legitimacy of Insan Kamil. I used this word before, but I'm going to use it again next time in the future majlises. But the word Insan Kamil must stay in my mind, must stay in my psychology, that what is this kamal of the insan that I have to achieve to become Insan Kamil, to become a legal, moral personification of Islam. Moral, legal personification of Islam. We say Islam zinda hota hai har Karbala ke baad. Islam is reborn after every Karbala. Yes? We say that Hussein is with Islam and Islam is with Hussein. We say that Hussein is the personification of Islam. We say Shah hasta Hussein, Badi Shah hasta Hussein, Bi hasta Hussein, Bi Pana hasta Hussein, Sardar Nada Dad Dar Dast Yadi, Hakka ke bina illa ilaha hasta Hussein. That truly the foundation of La ilaha illallah is Hussein. Salawat wa Muhammad. So the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen is part of Allah's plan for the future of humanity, and it's ideal to establish justice and truth. I'm always repeating these two words, justice and truth. The first person that has to be just and truthful is a person who is just to himself and is truthful to himself. If I am just to myself, if I am truthful to myself, then I will be just to you, then I will be truthful to you. But the ball is in my court and charity begins with me. I have to be just. I have to be with the truth. Now you have to go home tonight and you have to think about it. It's midnight, Saturday night, we may go late. There's no need to go there, open the TV and find your best night movie tonight. Don't worry about that. That movie will come again and again. But think about it. Sit with your family, sit with your children until the wee hours of the morning. And think about this. Am I just? Do I speak the truth? Am I Insan Kamil? What will it take for me to become Insan Kamil? Let us reflect on that. And once you start that process, you will get into a positive road. You will get into that journey which will take you gradually, slowly, surely, definitely on the path of truth and on the path of justice. Salawat ala Muhammad. It is also metaphysically that the wilayah of Ghadir will transform the expectation of the appearance of the Mahdi in the future as the one who will assume the wilayah of Imam Ali to establish the rule of justice and equity on earth. Last night we talked about Imam, whether we believe on him or not. We believe that he's alive. We believe that he's with us. We said that Al-Nabi awla min al-mu'minina min anfusihim. Remember last night we talked about that? And I'm repeating it because Al-Mahdi, who is my Imam, he has got more right on me than I have on myself. And if that is what I believe in, and if that is what I submit, then I have to do in accordance with the wilayah of my Imam, who is in Ghaiba, who is the representative on this earth with the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen, which was transferred from the first Imam to the 12th Imam, that I have to surrender myself to whatever that are the dictates of Islam, to be truthful and to be just. And if I'm not, then I am in big, big trouble. Salawat ala Muhammad. It is a struggle for us, for the establishment of justice and equity. It is a bala. It's not easy. But that bala, I have already talked about it extensively, that we should take it in our stride. We should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He's given me this bala, which is a blessing, that I should enjoy it the way the A'immat Tahirin have taught me how to enjoy it. That bala is going to bring me the reward while I am suffering, during and after and in the hereafter. There is reward while I'm suffering, and there is reward after my suffering, and there is reward in the hereafter. Salawat ala Muhammad. There is no nation, there is no ummah, there is no family, there is no tribe, there is no community until now that has been able to create what the wilayah of Imam Ali promised on the day of Ghadir.